Okay, I think it was in update number 43 where I talked about this locomotive that I'm doing. As a reminder, it started out as an N-scale GP40 diesel loco, and I'm going to use it for my narrow gauge. I like it because it's a nice slow runner. Now here's the chassis, and yeah, I like this. It's a good slow runner. So I'm going to make a narrow gauge locomotive. Now this thing is, it's large, it's huge, but I did some research and I found that it's not uncommon. They had large locomotives. In fact, there's a bunch of them that they modified to run on narrow gauge. They weren't 3-footers. This is I'm doing. Yeah, 3-footers. I'm doing HON 30. But so I've got most everything done. I've got the grip bars on there. I've got the ladders and most everything I want on there. I've started masking it off. Now, one of the things too is I started off with this cab. Now, I didn't like it because I thought it was just too big. Plus, I really didn't like the thing I put on the design I put on the door. I thought it was just a little too big, and I didn't really like the arch doorway, or the arch roof, pardon me. So I said, you know, I can do a little bit better here. So I narrowed it up significantly, you know, a quarter of an inch or so here. Yeah, and which is 3 feet HO scale. So it looks better. I like the looks of this. And also what I did is, rather than having the rounded roof, I went with the bevel, or the flat top and cantilevers or canted sides. And there, underneath here is the glass, or the plastic for the windshield, simulate the glass. And so I've got everything. So I've got this masked off, ready to paint. I've got this guy masked off where I want to, not to paint and to paint. And so I guess the next step is to decide on a color and get the courage to paint the darn thing. So we'll see what happens after that. Okay, well, there's Big Mo, number 7. Let's see, after let's see, the last little video I showed everything all masked up and everything, and I painted the body. I painted the body this XF82, which is a Ocean Gray 2 RAF. That's the body. And then the roof, I went ahead and painted it. I didn't want it a solid black, or a real black, so I used this rubber black XF85. And I've obviously used this on tires on trucks and cars and stuff. It's good for a slightly off black. And then one of the things I did too is, and I'll show a picture right now, is after I painted everything, I painted the grab irons black, just a cheap flat black. And I was running the locomotive for a couple of days, and I really did not like the black. And so I grabbed cad yellow, one of the craft paints, and it's cadmium yellow, and I painted all the grab irons and the trim around the edging around the steps, the front and rear steps. So they're all cad yellow now, and I think that looks a whole lot better. And so that's Big Mo. And oh, the other thing I did, I added some weathering. And now in my mind, this is a fairly new locomotive, and it's kind of their pride, so they try and keep it fairly decent looking and clean, and not turn it into a big rust bucket. But it does get dirty. So what I did is I used the Tamiya weathering powders, and I used mud. And I think it was one of Boomer's last videos. He talked about everybody should have these in their arsenal, their kit. And I have A and I have C, but I like this mud color, and I didn't go very heavy on it. You can almost see it in spots. But that's That's what I did. And this isn't a decal. This is a dry transfer. I am really terrible with decals, but I'm fairly good with dry transfers. I've been using dry transfers for a long time. So that's a dry transfer. I gave it a coat of dull coat after painting, and then dry transfer on it, and a few more touch-ups, and then another coat of a dull coat, and that's it. There's Big Mo. Alright, so one of the things you probably noticed in that intro video was this, my new retaining wall. Now, one of the things I didn't want to do is I didn't want to have the retaining wall that goes all the way down the layout, all 10 feet of the layout. I didn't want all of it to be concrete. So I decided to break this section up and add this one. And this is, wood planking. It started off as a couple of sheets of basswood and set to follow the terrain, or the cutout in the between the HO scale, the standard scale, and the narrow gauge. So it's all glued in place. And then once that was set, I started adding the overlaying with the planking. The planking is scale lumber. It's 3x12, 3x10, and 3x8 intermingled in here, and all through this here and here. Now all the posts and beams, they are 1/8 inch balsa wood. I found went to Hobby Lobby a couple of weeks ago and found that they had a couple packages of them that had been broken, and they marked them down from like $3.99 to 99 cents. So I couldn't pass that up. So all the planking is the 1/8 inch balsa wood. These are 1/8 inch balsa wood, and this was the hard part, laying one of the planks down, or the frames down, and then gluing these little posts in, and then laying the next one on top. I basically used Aleene's tacky glue for all of this, and so that was basically it. Then once I got all that in, I then stained it. And I think I just used a regular, I have a stain that I've used before. I think I've shown it before, that it came out a little darker than I wanted. So I kind of washed it up a little bit, and then added some other stuff on top of it. More light browns and dark browns, just to vary the shades and the color. Then I used the talus that I had on had with the other part of the layout, just to show rock inside there. And then my normal little bushes. These bushes are made from the polyfiber with the scatter stuff sprinkled on top of it. And that's basically it. Took about off and on about 3 days to build, and I like it. It looks kind of cool. Looks proper on the layout and everything. So, but that's my my new retaining wall. All right. One thing you didn't see in the intro video was the addition of 2 new roads. First road leads into the transfer station used by the taxi cabs, and the second one is the road for the exit from the taxi cab station, and possibly an entrance over to something I may or may not have over there. Not sure yet, but there's the road for it anyway. I used Smooth It. I could have used wood. I had considered using wood and then painting that, but I have a big container of Smooth It, and so I decided to go ahead and use that. Now, I did put it on fairly thick because I needed it to be fairly level with the crossovers, the rail crossings, so it's on thick. But after it dried, I sanded it down and then painted it with this stuff called pavement. And so I used a sponge, just started globbing it on, spread it, and just dabbing it in. And then after I got the color the darkness that I wanted to it, I came back with basalt gray and 70.869, and used a sponge again and just started dabbing in and to lighten it all up. And then I used a series of wet on wet colors, mostly burnt sienna, burnt umber, a few others, just to give it some brown and some other layers of different colors. The big black spot there was a mistake pulling up the masking tape for the doing the roads, so I just dabbed in some extra pavement there to give it a little dark look, so it's a patch. And so that's basically the two new roads. I guess next on my agenda is those two buildings back there. Not sure what I'm going to do, but I think that'll be the next task.